Good afternoon. Hope everybody's doing good. Figured I'd put in for an account update. Yesterday, with the drop in ULTY and MSTY, they seemed to go down about the same time. I decided that we'd call that a buying opportunity. So I went ahead and jumped in there and got some more shares. I did put in about $500, so you can see my updated share positions right here. There's my information for it, down a little bit, but the whole market's down right now, so that's to be expected. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other information. So here we go from ULTY. What is surprising though is they're still paying a 10-cent dividend. Even after all this volatility from June 17th until now, we're still getting 10 cents. So that literally, I mean, shoot. From 620 all the way down to 560. We're still getting the same distribution, so we'll see how long that lasts. Really curious to see what next week's has in store for us, but nonetheless, it'll be a week before we find out on that. So far, I'm feeling like this is undervalued, and it's a buying opportunity right now. Do I think it'll go back up quickly? Absolutely not. I think if this does go up, it'll take a considerable amount of time. But at the same time, if you're doing any kind of reinvesting the distributions, that'll bring your cost per share down, which we can actually look at mine real quick. So yeah, my cost per share is $6.22. The amount I bought yesterday did bring that down slightly. But honestly, if we still get a 9 or 10 cent distribution and we hold these prices and trade sideways for a while, may not be a bad thing to hold. We'll slowly work down our cost average and it'll all just work itself out. Now we can take a look at MSTY. This one's really been dropping. Bitcoin's down a little bit, strategy's down as well. I think it's just to be expected. I kind of feel like it's just a bad time right now to hold on to this. I don't plan on selling it. I kind of feel like right now would be a good time to buy some more, which is what I did. I actually bought some right at $16 yesterday. So that brought down my average cost by a little bit. But let's take a look at a different information on it. So here we are with MSTY, basically the same thing, but distribution wise, last distribution was $1.18. That's the lowest it's ever been in the fund's history. I have seen a little bit of more movement in Bitcoin the last month. Strategy, not as much as you'd think, but I'm really hoping that we do a little bit better than that $1.18 distribution. But honestly, I think a even lower distribution may be the reality for the next month. But I'm going to keep on hanging on to this. I'm going to keep on putting a little bit more money into it as it goes. If the share price keeps dropping, I'm going to buy some more at a lower price, and then just hope for the best in the future, because we have seen MSTY come back. So as you can see, it has fell before and popped back up, fell before, tried to hop back up, but you know, past performance does not constitute future gains. But at least we can see, well, it did happen here. So I'm just going to cross my fingers and wish for the best on this one. And the last one we'll talk about is my TSYY. So far, I'm liking this one. For an $8 ETF, it's really paying well right now. I mean, it is losing value, but I'm not near as far down as the other ones I'm holding. You can see my shares there. Not much of my portfolio either, but I mean, feeling pretty good about this one so far. Over the month history there, not much assets under management, only 124 million. Not a lot of people into this one. I don't really find a lot of information on this one on YouTube. A whole lot of people aren't really talking about it. I kind of feel like YieldMax is just killing it with their marketing. You can find all the information you want. They got Jay Pestruccelli doing interviews with all kinds of people. They invite YouTubers up there. Really good strategy for getting people involved, and be kind of interesting to know what percentage of YieldMax's assets are just from regular people like us that, you know, are putting a little bit of money in because we see about it on YouTube. But I don't know, if y'all haven't looked at TSYY, maybe take a look at that. Distribution wise, I mean, we're talking a $8, $9 share, and those are more than double ULTY. I mean, and it's still a weekly payer. Maybe something you might want to do some research on. Definitely not telling you to buy it, just saying, hey, this is looking pretty decent right now. See what y'all think. Do some research. Need to get some more people on YouTube talking about it, because don't really see much on it. Pretty stereotypical chart for a covered call style of ETF. Looks at about the time they went weekly. Could have had a prospectus change, not really sure. So April, May, March. Yeah, about the time they went weekly in June. Looks like the chart kind of levels off from there. Well, better than that anyways. But I don't know. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about TSYY? Have y'all looked at any of these Granite shares? Or do y'all just stick to the YieldMax? But to end the video, go ahead and show what we got in total with the margin. So we're just over $15,000 worth of assets. 1,577 shares of ULTY. Hopefully I'll get $157.72 on Friday. MSTY next Friday, no telling what that's going to be. Hopefully better than $1.18, but realistically, I don't know. I'm not hoping for anything too drastic of an improvement on MSTY right now. I'm more in the just hold on to what I got and spend a little bit of money that I have to add some more at this cheaper price. And TSYY, 259 shares. This one pays on every Tuesday. So I'll get ULTY on Friday. I'll get TSYY on Tuesday. I'm thinking this should be around $60 or $70 for TSYY. My last one, when I had 220 shares, was $49 with their 22-cent dividend. But yeah, I'm hoping I get a little bit more on that. I'd like to bring TSYY up to a closer distribution amount as ULTY. I'd like to get around $200 on Friday and another $200 on Tuesday. That'd be pretty good. And then just have MSTY as the every 4 weeks distribution. Let's go ahead and talk about margin. So I did buy a little bit extra ULTY, so that's why my margin used is higher than my margin total. But after Friday, when I received the margin for ULTY, it should level out to about the same. So, and as you can see, $4,300 or 47% above my maintenance. So as long as Robinhood doesn't charge the maintenance requirement on me, I should be pretty good. That's a pretty good size buffer. And for those of you curious, I'm paying about 64 cents a day to use this much interest. I do have Robinhood Gold, so there I get that $1,000 interest free, and I believe Robinhood Gold gets a little bit better rates. Could be wrong on that. Maybe somebody comment if you know the difference. But this is what my experimental covered call ETF paying account is doing, and these are the decisions I made. Could they be wrong? Absolutely. But the hardest thing to do is buy something when you see the price just fall off a cliff. But hopefully in a couple months, or maybe even next year, we should be looking a whole lot different. I'll update again, hopefully with the end of the week or early next week update. Maybe talk about the TSYY distribution I receive. I can usually see how much they're going to pay on Friday, which is kind of cool. You can see on your account what it's going to pay on Friday, and then you got all weekend to look forward to it. So, but anyways, hope everybody's having a good week so far, and enjoy the rest of y'all's day.